Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that your Sunday is going good. I hope church was good. Today's video is not going to be a bunch of Bible verses like I normally do. It's going to be more towards women and girls. I have this on my heart though, and I feel like I need to talk about it. It's going to be over loving yourself. I feel like women and girls struggle with that a lot more than guys do, but it could go either way. But like I said, today I'm really going to focus on those women out there and the girls and that really don't love their self. They don't find their self beautiful, or maybe they once did and now they don't. I have some quotes I'm going to read, and so here we go. First, I do want to start off by saying that God made all of us and He knew what we were all going to look like. And He made us beautiful in His eyes. So why should we see ourselves any different? I know that's easier said than done. And this is something that I personally have struggled with since I can remember. And from when I first started caring, what I look like and dressing myself, I've always valued other people's opinions. I've always valued what they thought of me. And it's just been recently, in the past 3 or 4 weeks, that I don't look after confirmation from the world anymore. I find myself beautiful. I tell myself I'm beautiful every day. And I mean, there are still going to be times where you're not going to feel, your best. And those times still come. And yes, I still like compliments. I mean, who doesn't? But you've got to learn how to love yourself without the people complimenting you and telling you that you're beautiful, because each and every one of us is beautiful in our own way. We all don't look the same. Maybe you find someone else, oh, well, they have better hair than I do. They have prettier teeth than I do. But we all have traits that somebody else wishes that they had. And that's where our problem is. We need to stop being jealous or envy other people, because we're all beautiful in our own way and we need to show that. There's some steps that I feel like everyone should take, because they worked for me, to love yourself more and to really appreciate yourself more, is start off by praying for self-esteem. God does answer our prayers, and He doesn't just answer prayers like, oh, please heal me, please, do this in my life, do this in my life. He answers the desires of our heart that we may think is dumb or stupid, but to Him they're not. If it's something that's really bothering you, then they mean the world to Him as well. So start off by praying every single morning for self-esteem. Second, treat yourself like you would for your daughter or your son. When you have kids, you dress them up and you want them to be so cute, and you go out of your way to make sure that, like, when you take them out, everyone's going to be like, oh, they're so cute, or they're so handsome, they're so beautiful. So you need to treat yourself the same way, because as much as you love your kids, you need to love yourself that much as well. You need to put that effort into loving yourself. Also, the third step that I did that really helped to me, that I feel like will help other people, is start every morning off, if you already don't, with a devotion, with study time, with quality time with God, and prayer. And then during that time is when you can pray about the self-esteem. And when you start to love yourself more and you start to appreciate yourself more, life becomes more simpler and it becomes lighter. You don't get drugged down as much. Things of the world don't drag you down. They don't affect you as much. You won't need as much attention or worldly comments. And you have more inner stability even when your world might be negative or uncertain at times. So what I get from that is that you can walk out the door and you can go grocery shopping at Walmart, and you're not constantly thinking, okay, well, this person, well, you can see my fat rolls or you can see my muffin top, or no, people, like, you stop looking for those things and you stop worrying about those things because you have confidence in yourself. When you start loving yourself more, you're going to have more motivation to do daily things. It's even going to motivate you more to get up in the mornings. And I know that sounds crazy, but it really does. And it's going to give you more focus during the day. And overall, it gives you happiness and joy that God gives you. Well, when you start to love yourself, He sees that and He respects that, and you get more joy out of that as well. Some quotes that I want to read that I feel like will help. One is, love yourself first and everything else will fall into place. And that is so true. When you start to love yourself, everyone's going to see that you love yourself and you respect yourself, and they're going to do the same. If you're always putting yourself down, you're always putting your flaws out there, then that's what everyone else is going to tend to do. If you walk out your door every morning like, I am beautiful, remind yourself of the things you like about yourself, then everything else it's going to fall into place. Another quote is, it took me a long time not to judge myself through someone else's eyes. And that is so true. Whatever you may think that people are thinking of you, that is none of your business. What you think inside your mind about yourself is completely your business. And that's why you need to stay positive in your mind, always about yourself. Every morning when you look in the mirror, remind yourself, write down a list of things you like about yourself, a list of things that you've heard people like about you. Write them on a piece of paper, tape them up on your mirror, read them every single morning, and believe in those things. Stop putting yourself down every single morning when you look in the mirror. Stop pointing out the flaws that you think you have. Another quote is, to establish true self-esteem, we must concentrate on our success and forget about the failures and the negatives in our lives. And that's so true. You have to think back, what have you accomplished? What have you overcome? Did you make beautiful children? Do you have a nice home? Did you make someone happy the other day? Did you bring someone to church and see joy in their face? Did you think about all the things that you've done? Think about all the success that you've overcame. Don't dwell on failures. It's never a failure. It's always a lesson. So remember that. Another quote is, you've been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. I love that quote because I feel like the people that struggle with self-esteem, they have been doing it for years and they've been telling themselves, oh, this and that, like all their flaws, and they remind themselves every day. Where's it got you so far? It's just made you dislike yourself more and more. So reverse it. Try every day as much as normal that you put yourself down or think about your flaws, and put that into positive thoughts. Remind yourself of what you do like about yourself, of what everyone else has complimented you on, and do it the equal amount of time that you would normally criticize yourself, and see where it gets you and see how each day becomes better. The last quote I want to read is, don't rely on someone else for your happiness and self-worth. Only you can be responsible for that. If you can't love and respect yourself, no one else will be able to make that happen except who you are completely, the good and the bad, and make changes as you see fit, not because you think someone else wants you to be different. That quote was my favorite because it's so true. If you cannot really love yourself, all of you, the good parts, the bad parts, the flaws, the perfections, if you can't love 100% of yourself, then how can you love someone else 100%? Because it's that easy to pick out the flaws in yourself, it's going to be that easy to pick out flaws in someone else. And that's not a healthy relationship, whether it be a significant other, your family members, anyone. You need to focus on the positives and focus on the features that bring you out to be your best. You're the only person who can always love you 100% and never put yourself down. You're the only person. You may have people in your life that love you and think you're gorgeous and think you're beautiful and they don't put you down, but that's never a guarantee. That's never, like if you were to get in a fight, it's never a guarantee that they might not say hurtful words. You're the only person on the face of this earth that you can be 100% sure that will never put yourself down, will never dislike yourself, and you have to make that change. It starts with you. So, ladies, young women, girls that all struggle with this, stop letting yourself go. It's okay to get up in the morning 10 minutes early to put that extra effort into fixing your hair or doing your makeup or whatever makes you feel happier and makes you feel better and makes you lift your head higher. Do those things, because you have to fully love yourself before you can show the world how much you can love other people. So my advice to everyone that is struggling with this is simply to pray about it. Like I said, stop letting yourself go and put the effort into yourself that you would for someone that you love. And realize that you are beautiful in your own way, no matter what people say. Stop looking at worldly opinions, because they do not matter. The only thing that matters is what you think of yourself. And at the end of the day, when you lay in bed, that's what you're going to dwell on. And when you look in the mirror, that's what you're going to see, is what you're telling yourself. So change all those negative thoughts and make them into positive, and start loving yourself for everything that you are and everything that you can give to other people. I hope someone got something out of this, and I hope someone will work on their self-esteem. And I pray that all the ladies out there start to see they're beautiful in their own way. And I hope y'all have a great afternoon. If you're going back to church, I pray that you get something out of the church service. And I will see y'all tomorrow.